Hello there, kids. Today we are going to deal with pages 174 to 178 about area and perimeter. So this is our actually complicated word problems regarding perimeter and area. So for number 1, we have the figure below shows the floor plan of Rita's house. How big is her house? So you are tasked when the question goes that way. How big is her house? So this, especially when we're talking about a floor plan, top view yan top view. So you are tasked to solve for the area of this figure. So then again, you cannot solve the area by just simply getting a certain length and width randomly. For example, 12 and 15 and that will be your answer na. No, hindi pwede yun. That will be, basically you're only getting an area, a part of the figure. So anong gagawin natin dito? You can actually do this, no? You can basically cut a certain area. Ang gagawin natin dito, kasi maraming approach nga sa mathematics. So, this case, we can cut this area, which gives us now two figures, figure 1 and figure 2. All you have to do here is to identify the length and width for figure 1, length and width, and also for figure 2. Kasi ganyan lang naman yan. Data gathering lang muna tayo. That's very important. You need to gather data. So if you notice, for our figure 1, we have our length, which is equivalent to 15. And we have our width, which is equivalent to 12 centimeters. And for figure 2 naman, if mapapansin ninyo, we don't have our length. Missing yan. But we have our width over here, which is 7 centimeters. So, paano natin kukunin yung length? Okay, so we can make use of this as our clue. As this side is actually the same as this side, if there's a physical line there. So, let's take this point to this point, no? I'll draw it here. Part of it, until dito lang, is equivalent to 10 meters. But knowing from the information that is given there, the total length of this one is 15. Okay. So, ganun lang. Total length is 15. Part of it is 10. How are you able to get this part here? So, obviously, take 15 and remove 10 from it. And that will give you the answer. So, that will be equivalent to your length over here. Okay, is that the answer? No, you did not even do anything yet. You did not solve any area yet. Ang ginawa nyo lang, nag-gather lang kayo ng data. So what you can do now, since you already have the length and width for figures 1 and 2, you need to take the area of figure 1, which is length times width. And you need to take the area of figure 2, which is also, of course, length times width kasi it's either a rectangle or a square lang naman yan. So, from there, once you'll be able to get your area for figure 1 and also to get the area of figure 2, you just need to add them both and that will be your answer for number 1. Okay, so number 2. So, para sa number 2 ninyo, this is actually the given figure in which this part is shaded. And it says there that this yellow part is the carpet area. Okay, carpet area daw yan siya. And itong 16 naman refers to the total length from this point to this point. Then it says there, the figure below shows an exhibition hall. Part of the exhibition hall is covered with carpet. Find the area that is covered with carpet. So you are tasked to solve for taking the area of this one so that it will be less confusing. Don't mind this, no? Wag nyo i-mind to. But this is very useful, this point. Okay, this is very useful. Itong 16 na yan. So let's take this part here as our 16. Of course, opposite sides are equal. Always remember that. Okay, so just to avoid confusion, tanggalin natin tong part na to. Para hindi lang kayo, para mag-focus tayo sa ating task. Since we were able to get this 16 na sa baba, okay? So, again, you have the decision to either cut it in your way as long as magfo-form siya ng rectangle or square. Hindi pwede ganyan. You cannot cut it that way. Magiging pangit yan. So because of that, since tinanggalan natin yung figure kanina, I think I can now erase that part. Okay. So para mas klaro lang that I confused. So maybe in my case, I will take or cut this way. You can also cut it this way if you want. Depende na sa inyo. Which is which. Okay? Pero sige. I'll take it this way. Okay. So we have our figure 1 over here and figure 2 over here. Teacher Mark, do we need to really name this as figure 1? No, you can actually name this figure 5, figure 7. Depende na sa inyo. Pero yun na nga, we need to number them. Teacher Mark, can we name this figure 1 instead? Yes, pwede. Kayo na bahala. Basta as long as you know what you're solving for. So then again, data gathering tayo for our figure 1, our length and width, and also for figure 2, also length and width yan. Kailangan natin yan eh. That's very important. These are very important information for you to be able to solve. So figure 1, we have our length, which is equivalent to 8 meters. Yung width natin is missing as of the moment. Sa figure 2 naman, we have our width, which is 15 meters. Ito. Pero wala tayo ito. We do not know how long this is. So, how to find out kung gaano kahaba yan? Taking this figure, tanggalin ko lang muna tong figure na to. Ilalagay ko sa baba. Okay? Like this. Hindi siya nag-form. Hindi siya nag-form na naman. Pinapahiya ako ng iPad na to. Okay. So, yan. I'm going to take that part. Okay. So, we now know that the total part of this is 16 meters. And, extend ko lang ng konti. And this measures 8 meters. Okay. So, dapat nga, if i-enclose natin yan, it's like a rectangle na. Opposite sides are equal. So, which means, kung tutusin, this should have a total of 16. But part of it is not given. Ito lang ang given, ang 8. So, yan yung hinahanap natin dito. This closed part here is the same as this part over here. So, if you'll be able to get this part here, this is the same exact thing here, which is what we're solving for sa original figure natin. So, again, the total is 16. Part of it is 8. So, that's 16 minus 8, which will give you the answer para sa ating length for figure 2. And doing the same technique naman sa figure 1, erase ko muna. Sa figure 1 naman, yung width natin, so taking the total, kung i-close natin to, we can now say that this is equivalent to 15 meters from this point to this point. But part of it is equivalent to 9 meters. So for us to be able to solve for this, we need to remove 9 from 15. And once doing so, you'll be able to get your answer, which will lead you to your answer for our width pala, not an answer. Width for figure 1. So, same lang din to kanina. To solve for the total area of the carpet, all you need to do is just to take the area of figure 1, which is length times width, area of figure 2, which is also length times width. Then, once makuha nyo ng sagot nyan, you now have your answer after adding both. Okay? So, let's go to number 3. Ito, medyo mahaba-habang video to. 2 numbers down, 9 minutes na yung video. Going 10. Okay, so number 3 tayo. We have this figure here and it says there that the figure below is made up of 6 identical squares. of a total area of 294 centimeter cube. Find the perimeter of the shaded portion. Nako. Which means you're tasked to solve for the perimeter of the shaded figure. So, ito yung mga shaded parts natin, yung mga may white shade sa loob. So, when you are tasked to solve for the perimeter of the shaded part, it means ganito. From this point, going around the shapes na may shaded part. Okay. Doing so, you just need to take, kailangan nyo lang talaga yung side. Okay, the measurement of the side of a square. For example, dito, may dumaan pang helicopter. So, ito, you just need this, no? Kasi parehas man sila eh. Sabi kasi, it's made up of 6 identical squares. So, pare-parehas lang. Kung ano yung measurement dyan, yan din ang measurement dito, here, and basically around. So, paano natin gagawin yan? How will we be able to get the area of, perimeter or side of each square? So, then again, knowing that the total area of all these 6 figures is equivalent to 294. 294 centimeters squared ang area ng 6 identical squares. What we need to do first is to take the area. We need to take the area of just one square. Kasi that will lead us to getting the answer for the area dito. Okay, one side. So, which means all you need to do is just to divide this by 6. So, that's 294 divided by 6. 29 divided by 6 is equivalent to 4. 4 times 6 is 24. Minus that, we have 5, bring down 4. 54 divided by 6, if you mastered your multiplication table, you will have an answer of 9. 9 times 6 is 54, 0. Which means the area of each square, kada isa, is 49 centimeter squared. Okay. Erase ko lang muna to. Okay. Which means the area is 49 centimeters squared. You already know that the area is 49 centimeters squared. Let me draw that here. 49 centimeters squared. So, ibig sabihin, paano nga ba tayo nagkukuha ng area ng square? We just take one side, multiply to the other side. Plus, this is a square. So, which means dapat parehas ang value natin. Okay? Parehas. The same number. Which means you're going to multiply the same number such as 2 times 2. Kasi nga square yan eh. So, same sides. Same measurement ng sides niya. So, what are you going to multiply both? That will basically give you 49. Ano yung multiply mo that will give you 49? So, kaya na yan. Once you have your answer, that is your measurement for each side. So, all you need to do is just to fill it up around the red, yung na-mark ko dito pala. And since you're tasked to solve for the perimeter of the shaded portion, so all you just need to add everything up. Okay? So, ganun lang yung number 3 natin. Number 4. So, number 4, a white rectangular board measuring 28 meters long and 16 meters wide is placed in the center of a larger rectangular board. So, ibig sabihin, itong 28 and 16 are this one. At this point, starting from this point to this point, ang ating 28. And from this point to this point, ang ating 16. Okay. Now, find the area not covered by the white rectangular board. Okay. So, if you can see, we now have 2 figures. Kailangan nyo kunin yung area of the bigger figure and also the area of the smaller figure. So, which is the bigger figure? Obviously, it's this square. And which one is the smaller figure? Obviously, Square. Ba't square yung sinabi ko? Rectangle. Teacher Mark, ano man? So, yan ang smaller figure, which is the smaller rectangle. Okay. So, ganun lang. Kunin nyo yung area niyan as much as possible. The dimensions of the smaller figure is already given. The smaller rectangle is already given. But the dimensions of the bigger figure is not given. So, ang kailangan nyo lang gawin dito, knowing that at this point is equivalent to 28. Ito. And you know that this is 3 and this is also 3. So, from there, makukuha nyo na yung total. And knowing at this point naman is equivalent to 16. So, knowing that this point naman is 3 and this part is also 3. So, from there naman, makuha nyo na yung total ninyo. So, by doing so, you'll be able to get your length and your width for the bigger figure. Once you'll get your answer to get or to solve for the shaded part, all you need to do here is just to take the area of the bigger figure and subtract the area of the smaller figure. Then that is your answer for number 4. Okay? So, ganun lang. Study the figure, ha? Study the figure lang ng maayos. Number 5 naman tayo. Tiring, no? Number 5 naman pala is medyo madali. I mean, it's basically the same as number 4. It's just that walang drawing. So, what you can do, if the area not covered by carpet measures. So, ganito ang gagawin nyo sa number 5. Take the area of Mary's room. Given na yung mga dimensions dyan. And also the area of the one that is not covered by carpet. Not covered. So, ang sinasabi niya, find the floor area of her room with that is covered by the carpet. So, ang gagawin nyo dyan, you take this area and subtract it with this area. Then, that's your answer for number 5. Okay? Pero kung walang assistance yun, I'm quite sure that you'll have difficulty. Pero ganun lang. Logic is there. Okay. Number 6 is dalawa ang hinihingi na answer. Okay, so number 6, it says there that a farmer had a plot of land measuring 15 by 11 meters. So, ito yung land. Plot of land. The farmer put a fence leaving a margin of 2 meters wide all around it. So, ito yung mga margin nila. So, that measures 2 meters. So, since it says all around it, ibig sabihin this is also 2 meters. And this is also 2 meters. So, if you can see, this is quite familiar as this one. No? Sa number 4. Basically, very familiar. Pero basahin ko muna yung question. Mga question. Find the perimeter of the fence. Okay? So, perimeter, which means you basically need to just get the dimensions of the bigger figure, which is ito. Kasi yan ang fence eh. The one sa yellow is yung land, while the red one that is here in the drawing is basically the fence. Okay? So, bakit I did not call for Siri. Why I did not. Ba't lumabas si Siri? Weird, no? I didn't say Siri. Ano ba to si Siri? So anyway, saan na tayo? So yan lang ang kailangan nyo for your letter A. Find the area of the fence. And B, additional word problem na yan. So kayo na magsusolve yan. This is just basic word problem. If the fence costs 3.85 a meter per meter, so kada isang metro, it is equivalent to 3.85 meters. Ay, so, I mean, $3.85 per meter. How much did it cost to put a fence around the plot of land? So, ibig sabihin, once since you'll have your perimeter of the rectangle, it's basically in meters. So, all you need to do, for example, what if there are 3 meters? So, technically, that's 3.85 times 3. Diba? So, ganun lang din sa perimeter. Ganun lang yung pag-answer nyo sa letter B of number 6. So, please do try to solve it on your own. Kasi technically, what I'm doing now, spoon feeding na to. Pero sige lang, kasi this topic is very, very hard. Not that it's hard, pero doing it like this online, medyo mahirap. Okay, so sa number 7 naman, Susie bought a square cardboard but cut an L-shaped piece from the cardboard as shown below. Find the remaining area of the cardboard. So, ano yung ni-cut niya? Yung L-shaped piece from the cardboard as shown. Okay, find the remaining area of the cardboard. So, ito yung remaining cardboard. Ito yung ni-cut out niya. Okay. So, having the information, you will be able to get the kasi ang sabi square so technically this is okay. So it means since 35 siya, cut ko lang muna to ha. Oops, sorry. Okay. So we can say that since this is 20, this is 5 and 5, 20, and this is also 5, so which means this missing part here is also 5. Ito. Okay. So, yun na nga, since square nga siya, this should be equivalent to 35 centimeters as well. Okay. So, ang gagawin natin dito is to cut the figure, the one that is inside, yung shaded with blue kanina. Ito. Kasi we need to take the area of that. Technically, now you already have the area of the bigger figure. And you don't have the area of the bigger figure, but you already have the dimensions of the area of the bigger figure. Length times width lang yan. So then again, minus lang yan, area of the smaller figure. Bakit to naging komplikado? It's because within the smaller figure, you have two parts. Two parts tayo meron, which is this one. At saka ito. Ibang kulay para mas makita. Okay, because you need to take the area of the one that is green. And also the area of the one that is shaded in blue. Then kung i-plus nyo yung silang dalawa, that will be the area of your smaller figure. Okay? Kung you already have that, you'll be able to subtract it from the area of the bigger figure. Ngayon, since for the past few numbers, I already taught you and showed you how to get basically parts, no missing parts of the figure. So try to do this on your own na lang muna. Okay, I can help you with the green one. Sige, tulungan ko kayo sa green one. How to get the length of yung sa green. Okay, knowing that the total, yung sa taas, kung mapapansin nyo, that this is 35. Okay, this is 35. Part of it measures 5 and another part of it measures 5. Teacher, where did you get that 5? Ito, 1, 2. Okay? Magulo, no? Ang gulo. Pero sige lang. So, you have this total length of 35 and part of the 35, we have 2 5s. So, that makes 10. So, 35 minus 10 will give us 25. So which means the length for our smaller, the area of the one that is green, in green, is 25, yung length natin. Yung width naman natin is, we were able to solve it na kanina, which is here, 5. So your turn, area of the shaded sa blue. Nandyan na nga lahat eh. It's already there. So yan na. It's already there. Nandyan na sa drawing. It's very obvious. Hindi ko na ipo-point out. Para naman mag-think naman kayo. Kasi parang spoon-fed na masyado. Okay? Moving to the last number. Number 8. Pampagulo pa talaga yung number 8. Kailangan pa nating isipin ng maayos. So anyway. Erase ko lang muna tong part na to just to make it balance. Kasi ngayon ko lang nabasa yung... Okay, ang sabi dyan, okay, my drawing is not perfect, so breaking this into tiny pieces medyo mahirap din. Pero anyway, figure E is made of identical squares. Hindi sinabi kung ilan. Binigyan tayo ng problema. So if the area of the figure is 44 centimeters squared, find its perimeter. Perimeter pa talaga yung pinahanap. Hi. Okay, wait. Okay, so try to figure out where you can subdivide everything into identical squares. So, yun na nga, sorry for my imperfect drawing. So, as far as I can see, we have one here that makes it balance with this one. Obviously, it's not because of my drawing. But if you are gonna do that on your worksheet, it will fit perfectly. And also here, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 na. Do the same thing for the rest. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have 11 squares. But my drawing doesn't say so. So anyway, sige lang. Mahirap kasi dito mag-draw eh. Okay, 11 squares tayo. And it says there that the total area of this is 44 centimeters squared. So to get the area of each square, all you need to do is just to get 44 centimeters squared divided by 11. And our answer here is 4 centimeter squared. Is that the answer? No. What you're tasked to solve for is the perimeter. Find the perimeter of the figure. In other words, isa-solve nyo to. Basically, the figure, the measurement around the figure, which means you need to take each side of the square, okay, that is present there. So, since we have a square and knowing that the area of this is equivalent to 4 centimeters squared, and taking how to solve for the area of a square is side times side, ano yung ita times nyo by itself? That will give you 4. So whatever your answer is, that will represent each side of the square. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So that's basically it. Ganun lang po tayo. Kasi perimeter eh. You're tasked to solve for the perimeter of the figure. Okay, so yun lang. That's it. We are almost 28 minutes. Okay na.